Welcome to CosmoCake, where we unwrap the universe one story at a time, exploring the hidden mysteries of the Zodiac and the lessons they carry. Every sign has a story, a hidden thread that connects the universe to the human heart. And today, we step into the world of Scorpio, a sign known for depth, intensity, and transformation. This is the story of Lara, a young woman whose journey reveals truths about courage, trust, and the quiet strength within us all. As we explore her path, allow yourself to feel, reflect, and wonder. Perhaps you'll recognize a part of your own story in hers. Lara had always been different, not in ways that drew attention, but in the subtle ways she perceived the world. The smallest gestures, the unspoken shifts in tone, the hidden emotions in a glance. They all mattered to her. Her mind worked quietly, observing, analyzing, connecting threads that most people didn't notice. Her heart felt deeply, sometimes too deeply, and she had learned early that vulnerability could hurt. Trust came slowly, almost reluctantly, because the world had taught her that people weren't always reliable, even when they seemed kind. Yet beneath her caution, there was a fire, a quiet, determined insistence on seeking truth, on understanding, on growing. It was a crisp autumn afternoon when Lara found herself wandering the edge of the old forest that bordered her town. She didn't know why she had come here. Perhaps it was instinct, the same quiet voice inside her that had always guided her toward what she needed most, even when she didn't understand it. The leaves crunched softly beneath her shoes, and the air was rich with the scent of damp earth and wood smoke from distant homes. Sunlight fell in fractured patterns, golden beams that shifted with the wind, illuminating the forest floor like a patchwork quilt. Each step felt both deliberate and serendipitous, as if she were walking a path she had always known deep down. After walking for what felt like hours, she noticed a narrow gap between two towering oaks, almost hidden by hanging moss and creeping vines. There was something compelling about it, something that drew her closer. As she approached, the air seemed to thrum faintly, subtle, like a heartbeat. Curiosity and a strange sense of recognition pushed her forward. She squeezed through the gap and found herself before a cave mouth, partially hidden, almost secretive. The entrance was cool, shadowed, yet carried a warmth, a quiet invitation. Lara hesitated for a moment, feeling the familiar tug of both fear and fascination stir within her. Then, steadying her breath, she stepped inside. The cave was larger than she expected. Shadows stretched along its walls, but a faint, pulsing glow illuminated symbols etched into the stone. Patterns she didn't recognize consciously, yet they felt oddly familiar, as if her mind remembered them from another lifetime. The air was cool, earthy, and alive, carrying the scent of minerals and moss, and with each step she felt a subtle rhythm beneath her feet. A quiet pulse, like the cave itself, was breathing. Her heart matched the rhythm, each beat reminding her that she was exactly where she needed to be. As she walked, Lara began to notice faint reflections on the stone walls. At first, they were mere glimpses, a flicker of movement, a shadow of herself. But gradually, the images became clearer, revealing moments from her past. She saw herself at age 7, shy and withdrawn, sitting alone at the edge of a playground. She remembered longing to reach out, to join others, but fear held her back. She saw herself as a teenager, heartbroken and distrustful, retreating from people she cared about, building walls she thought would protect her. Each memory was sharp yet gentle, like the cave itself was guiding her to witness them without judgment, to understand them. She paused at a cluster of symbols etched deeper into the wall, their shapes twisting and interlocking in intricate patterns. Placing her hand against the stone, she felt warmth seep through her fingers, spreading slowly into her chest. The cave seemed to whisper that it was safe to face her fears, to revisit the memories she had tucked away. She thought of the friendships that had faltered, the trust that had been broken, the times she had doubted herself more than anyone else did. She felt sadness, yes, but also recognition, a realization that each moment, each choice, had shaped her, had strengthened her in ways she hadn't seen before. Deeper into the cave, she discovered a small pool of water glowing with soft light. Its surface reflected her face, but also something more, moments she had ignored or minimized in her life. She saw herself comforting a younger cousin who had been hurt, standing up for a friend despite feeling afraid, helping a stranger without seeking recognition. Each memory was a quiet act of courage, moments where she had trusted not only others, but herself. The reflection smiled at her, as if acknowledging the strength she had overlooked. Lara knelt by the pool and let the water's glow wash over her thoughts. She remembered the first time she had allowed someone truly close to enter her heart, a friendship that had ended painfully, yet had taught her resilience. She remembered a teacher who had seen potential in her when she had doubted herself. She recalled the day she had shared her deepest fear with her mother, trembling but honest, and had felt the weight of vulnerability transform into connection. Each memory reminded her that courage wasn't the absence of fear, and trust wasn't the absence of risk. Both required facing uncertainty, embracing honesty, and believing in oneself. As Lara lingered, the cave seemed to shift. The symbols along the walls glimmered more brightly, and the air vibrated with an energy that was both grounding and uplifting. She felt a presence, not a person, but a gentle guiding force, encouraging her to step beyond the shadows of past hurt. She remembered the day she had decided to move away from a toxic friendship, choosing her peace over familiarity. She remembered small acts of bravery, speaking up in class, trying something new despite fear, offering kindness even when it wasn't returned. Each moment was a thread weaving a tapestry of courage and self-trust. In a deeper chamber, the cave opened into a wider space, the glow from the central pool reflecting on walls adorned with more intricate symbols. Lara could feel the weight of history, of countless seekers who may have come before her, each learning lessons in courage and trust. She walked slowly, observing each mark, allowing herself to feel both humility and empowerment. The cave had become a mirror not only of her memories, but of her potential, the person she could be if she fully embraced the lessons she had learned from life and herself. Finally, she returned to the pool at the heart of the cave. She gazed into its surface and saw herself not just as she had been, but as she could be, calm, confident, and trusting, a person who navigated life with awareness and strength. The reflection didn't demand perfection. It only asked her to recognize her capacity for courage and her right to trust wisely. Lara felt a warmth bloom in her chest, a quiet glow that spread through her entire being. She understood now that true bravery wasn't about fearlessness, but about acknowledging fear and stepping forward anyway. Trust wasn't about certainty in others, but faith in herself and discernment in her choices. She stayed by the pool for a long while, letting the quiet settle around her. When she finally stood, she felt lighter, carrying the cave's lessons like a steady ember of light. The journey through the forest and cave had been transformative, yet unhurried, leaving her with a profound sense of peace and clarity. She walked back through the entrance, feeling the crisp forest air differently, alive, vibrant, and full of quiet possibility. Back in the familiar world beyond the forest, Lara noticed life differently. Small gestures of trust and courage stood out. A colleague seeking advice, a friend reaching out, moments where she could open herself without fear. She engaged more deeply with those around her, not recklessly, but with mindfulness and compassion. Each choice reflected the quiet power she had discovered within herself, a strength born of reflection, courage, and trust. CosmoCake is here to remind you that every zodiac sign carries stories and lessons that reflect the human experience. Like Lara, we all have hidden caves within us, spaces where courage and trust grow, where reflection leads to growth, and where the quiet whispers of the universe guide us toward our best selves. If Lara's journey touched you, let us know in the comments which part resonated most. Did you recognize moments of courage in your own life? Or see where trust has shaped your choices? Your reflections are part of the story too. And if you haven't already, subscribe to CosmoCake for more stories that explore the Zodiac's journeys, challenges, and hidden wisdom. Stay tuned, because next we will step into the fiery, adventurous world of Sagittarius, a sign that reminds us to explore boldly, seek truth relentlessly, and embrace the thrill of the unknown. You won't want to miss it. Thank you for joining us today, for walking this journey with Lara, and for letting a little cosmic insight light your path. Remember, the universe speaks in whispers, in reflections, and in the quiet moments when we pause to notice. Courage and trust are always within reach, waiting for us to embrace them. Until next time, Keep exploring, keep reflecting, and keep unwrapping the stories the stars have for you.